evening, everybody. Namaste, a warm welcome, and bonjour. So, today we are back with another episode of Coach Connect, and welcome everybody. I'm Priyanka from Matrix, your Coach Connecting Officer, and today I bring to you a very interesting topic and with amazing guests that we have today. So before we dive into what's going to be there today, the subject today is exploring the depths of Tai Chi, a journey that is within. I feel the reason why this Coach Connect office, Coach Connecting platform is very unique is due to the versatility of topics that we bring to this program. So we have lot many people attending us today. We have always had amazing guests who come in, and we get a huge response. Before we begin with this episode, I thank you all very much with the last episode that we had on contracting, and we appreciate your feedback and the information that you all received from this. Similarly, today we're going to talk about Tai Chi. I'm not sure how many of you have heard about it, but it's something that within time as we were preparing for this webinar with Dr. Paras and our guests today. So I've had this unique experience of reading a lot about Tai Chi. So it's not just for some part of people, but it's for everybody, each one of us. So whether you're a coach, you are a leader, or you run a company, you have your own base, or you practice as a professional, this webinar is going to be a life-changing experience. I feel, at least in terms of perspectives of knowing about what exactly Tai Chi is. So let me begin with a beautiful quote that I encountered and I read, and I purely loved as a person. Tai Chi does not mean Oriental wisdom or something exotic. It is the wisdom of your own senses, your own mind and body together as one process. And this quote was given by Chong Liang Alhuang, someone who pioneered in years ago with this, and he brought this to the world. So today I'm personally quite intrigued to know about Tai Chi, and I have a lot of questions written. And we have got some amazing guests who are doing what they love. And when I met them, I realized that they're doing something very unique, and we all need to know about it. Something that I personally connect to because I get a lot of good people. So people about Tai Chi, about Mr. Akash. So first, I welcome Akash. You see, Akash, hi. And then we have Hinoki Sensei also. So let me talk about Akash first. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Coach Connect. I'm really happy to connect with you all here officially. So I welcome Mr. Akash, who is a trained audio engineer and a multi-instrumentalist and a sub-teacher with Hinoki Dojo. He designs music and soundscape symphonies which lets the audience experience altered states of consciousness naturally. Let me keep it simple. He plays some of the most ancient and mystical musical instruments. And to be honest, I read about them for the first time. It's Didgeridoo, Akash, correct me if I'm wrong, Morchang, and Ocarina. So we can talk about it later. But these are instruments that he plays, he knows, and many other apart from these. He's someone who possesses a deeper understanding of sound and frequency that affects the nervous system. That is how he's been incorporating in his practice. It's a beautiful science, and I loved when he told me that he believes that sound is a is the key of
One moment, there's a little freezing happening.
allows a space where they're practicing and also having their own workshops. So we might experience a bit of connectivity issues, but then we'll make sure that you get to hear a lot from them. So continuing further, Hinoki Sensei, she has simplified this beautiful powerful way to get the best results for students, and she is a teacher, a Tai Chi, and a Qigong teacher from Japan. So her students have healed themselves of serious ailments of mind, body, spirit, and life-threatening diseases through a guidance of this sacred practice. Along with a study of ancient Japanese linguistic, correct me if I'm wrong, Hinoki is kata kamuna that corresponds with sacred geometry, yin and yang principle, and combining of these knowledge that she uses as tools to expand our understanding of the inner world. These introductions, when I read Hinoki and Akash, it's very new to me, and I'm very excited, very sure. I'm sure everyone who's joined us today, they must be having many questions. We'll take them in as we have them in. And so, welcome both of you, Akash and Hinoki. How are you feeling?
Thank you. We're doing very, very good and feeling very energized. And yes, living through with what we love to do. So yes, we like to introduce ourselves. I am Hinoki from Japan. Nice to meet you all, audience. And yes, Qigong and Tai Chi has been my life for a very long time, more than 20 years. Yes, without this practice, I can surely say that I'll be crippled. So
Amazing.
it's true. Yes. So would you like to know? Okay, here's Akash. Let's say what he has to say because there was a little glitch and I couldn't hear you. So,
Yes, Akash.
Okay. So,
Okay,
Sharon,
Akash, yes, tell me. How are you feeling? As you do.
I'm sorry, can you please repeat that?
Can you tell me about yourself? Like, introduce yourself. How do you want, people to know you? Like, tell me about yourself. I've done
So,
my brief introduction.
so because of Tai Chi, I was able to heal my knee. That was completely busted before I went here, which caused a lot of other alignment issues in my back and started to cause me to like have lower back issues. And apart from that, what it also did is like it really balanced my mind and my emotions. So I used to be very short tempered, and this like control over my emotions was not there because the awareness was not there, and because of which my decisions that I would make would not be the best decisions because I would get emotional when making decisions. However, because of practicing Tai Chi, I have been able to be more mindful, because of which my emotions I can watch and I can make sure what is the best decision to be made rather than acting upon something emotionally.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Quite interesting, Akash, because with your experience and with Noki sharing 20 years of experience, 20 years of experience, are you able to hear me, both of you?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, perfect. With your experience, with the vast experience with this, I'm sure that you've shared stories, and we'll be listening to many more stories through this webinar, and people will really understand how the science works. We've got some amazing questions for you, and
So,
Shall we talk about? Yes.
yes,
yes,
Akash, yes,
explaining about Tai Chi since
Yes, of course.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
Qigong and
yeah.
Tai Chi,
How do you want to
you
start?
are doing. That's why we're here for, right? So, the difference
Yes,
between Qi and Tai Chi. Tai Chi, physically, it is a moving sequence back and forth, and then there's a lot of turning, and then yes, yes. While I
okay,
speak, you can see him do
super,
this to be Tai Chi.
yes,
yeah.
amazing,
Yes,
amazing, okay,
yeah.
awesome, okay,
So this the chi cultivation is a principle with the Tai Chi practice. Yet, this is really working with the dual energy and lots of detail to go with it, but this is balanced because you're doing katas of each element of nature: fire, water, earth, metal, wood. Yes, and then he will go back and forth like that. Yes, thank you very much. And once again, this is the qigong. Qigong practice is always stationed.
Okay.
Yes, there is no back and forth movement like that, but the more concentrated and focus on the breathing,
Okay. Okay.
postures, and the energy cultivation. So focus is little different, and this is always stationed. Yes. So that is the physical difference, but the fundamental is
Yeah. Between the two.
coming from the same place.
Okay.
Changing the gravity points of our existence as energy being. So this
Yes.
is Qigong and Tai Chi teaches us the next realm as a human being to tap into, and then to
Beyond the consciousness. So you mean it's beyond the consciousness?
yes. And as the material civilization has broke down everything for us to know what is, and everything in the universe is a dual energy, and then this is the creation energy, expansion and condension. Everything is moved by this principle, the wave, and change the perspective. It is the spiral. So you move like one because the other side of our physical body, it belongs to the
Yes.
universe, and that duality and integration has to happen right now. So the Qigong and Tai Chi practice using that as a fundamental to
Okay.
cultivate the energy.
Okay.
So highly recommended.
So, just to add to what Sensei said, when she speaks about the energy of the universe and the
Yes.
earth, we are also to be making it much more simple. We are accessing to the earth energy at every moment in our life. Can you guess what it is?
Right.
It's gravity. Gravity of the
Yes.
earth.
Yes.
Gravity. And we are accessing to universe energy at every moment. Can you guess what it is? It's light and
The
radiation,
Twinkle, twinkle,
cosmic
little
light,
star.
oh, okay. The cosmic, yeah,
light,
the universe, the
radiation,
outer part of the world.
right? Particles, cosmic particles, all of that. So we are accessing to that energy and the gravity of the earth as well. So in Qigong and Tai Chi practice, we are in the middle of the earth and the universe.
The two levels. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And we learn to harness the universe energy and ground ourselves and cleanse, removing all our toxins, all our emotional, negative emotions, and removing whatever is not required for our temple. Like Sensei says, that the body is the first temple that we need to honor.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes. We need to take our
why
body. So I think what you guys are saying is yes. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
why this exercise of the physical body and then the movement is so important? It is because we know as our brain holds 10% of the whole, and we do
Interesting.
not know so much of the rest of the 90%, and we call
Yes.
it subconscious. So now you're smiling already, so you must know the answer. The rest of it
So
is the entire
the
body.
actions, yeah, the body. Yeah. So you're saying what you guys are saying is it is little that we are using the energy because I read quotes where say the energy is within, the power is within. So when we talk about these practices, I think it brings a kind of alignment. You are able to align your mind, body along with the systems that are around us. So moving on with the same thing, Akash and Hinoki, you talked about bioenergy. You talk about bioenergy. Tell me more about it. So is it similar to what you guys just shared, or it's something different? Do you create it, or how do you?
Of course. Would you like to?
Yeah. So I will just give you like the most scientific aspect of looking
Yes,
at
yes, please. Yes,
this.
please.
It will take it to another level.
Yes,
So
yes,
when you eat food, you it reaches your stomach, the stomach acids break it, and then it is
correct.
absorbed by the stomach lining. The nutrients are absorbed, and it goes to the blood. From the blood, it goes to your heart, and the heart pumps it to all the cells in the body for the nutrition to be absorbed. Once the cells absorb the nutrition,
Correct.
they get a physical charge of 0.07 millivolts. This is a scientific fact. I'm not making up numbers. And this charge, now you have one cell has 0.07 millivolts. You have billions of cells in your
Right.
body. You multiply that charge with the billions of cells, you're more powerful than an atomic bomb. That much energy. So this is
Right.
my sense.
Yes. So,
Beautiful. Thank you,
your
Akash.
energy tree starts with this little tiny seed, and with
Yes.
the energies of the earth and the universe being in between, they're growing, not just above, but the roots also in balance, right? And this is the bioenergy, the vital energy that grew things, yes, but
Yes. Yes.
it is exactly, it is a cosmical intelligence. Each seed comes with a proper DNA coding
Yes. Yes.
and coming together with the earth water to activate, to become what you need to be and in a proper shape of the sacred geometry. Yes. This is
Beautiful.
bioenergy and we have access to it all the time. But blockages happens throughout life, not knowing how to ground properly to cleanse our energy. Not
True.
just the physical body, we need to clean our energy also. This
Correct.
is Qigong and Tai Chi concept.
So, in order to bring the best out of you, I mean, these practices, I think, Minoki, they've been designed since several years, is exactly the reason why people in the past have lived a balanced life. Because I think you being a Japanese, I think in every household there must be people who'll be practicing it since years. Or in India, there have been traditional practices like yoga or meditation where people have been following in the past,
Yes.
generations have followed. Maybe the purpose remains the same, to align and bring the calmness within you. So we won't probably have issues in life in case when we understand our body better. So it's quite interesting. So, when you talked about bioenergy, when you talk about the difference and difference and the science behind Hinoki, the science behind qigong and tai chi. So, what are the fundamental principles or philosophies of Tai Chi that, if a layman person like me wants to know about it, how can you simplistically tell me about, what are the principles that guide your practice? As
Of
simple as
course,
that.
with the pleasure. So, first thing, this is a part of martial art. Yes, but it is a inner martial art. And what it means, martial art, in from where I come from, it means to defeat your negative and chop off the negative of the opponent is our martial art. Yes, and
So when we speak about Qigong and Tai Chi and why it is an energy cultivation and how is it like, defined. So first let's understand what a frequency is. So a
Okay.
frequency is basically a particle which is moving up and down in space. So
Right.
if I tap my finger,
Yes.
there's a frequency I'm clapping at. But depending upon the speed of my clapping, the frequency can increase, right? Just
Absolutely.
like
Yes.
if a bike is parked and it's just going ta 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 ta, ta, and as soon as you start accelerating it, the piston goes faster and makes ta 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 ta. Now the perception of that frequency has changed from a pulse to a tone.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Similarly, when we are approaching a nightclub, for example, and loud music is playing, the
Correct.
first
Correct.
thing is boom, 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 the
Yes.
bass.
Indeed. Yes.
So now, when you enter, you hear the entire picture, right? So now, similarly, our ears are listening to a certain bandwidth of frequencies which we perceive as sound.
True.
Similarly, our taste buds and our nose are tuned to megahertz, which is perceived as smell and taste.
Right. Right.
Then gigahertz is perceived as sight. Now all of this information is frequency data is being received by the brain, and the brain is creating this reality, and
True.
it's recording all of this as experience and memories. Now when you have to make a decision in life, you go through your brain provides you probability and possibilities of data from the data
Yes.
it's collected.
Yes.
And now as a spirit, you make a decision. Right. You
Right. Right.
it's like potato, onion, and tomato. And you have to make something, go through your database and come up with something, and as a spirit, you okay, yes, I know. You decide that. So the decision maker is always the spirit, and this balance is got in through Tai Chi. When you practice Tai Chi, you start bringing in this balance, and you operate from the spirit, not from the
Okay.
mind.
Okay. Okay.
So, speaking about the mind, now the thoughts and feelings are also happening at a frequency, which are measured in hertz. Like 1 to 8 hertz is the maximum. That is the place where most of our thoughts and feelings are happening. Now they are also like the same like waves, but they have a low
Waves.
and they are very powerful. So Qigong and Tai Chi is also designed in a way that you move with the same wave.
Okay.
And yes, Sensei, can you please continue?
So yes, Manuel, I think it's a quite a long part of the description. Did you get? You
Yeah,
following?
absolutely, absolutely. Because I understand that when he talked about frequency, when he talked about using your senses, while he was demonstrating, Akash was demonstrating for us. I could see that he was all into his use of his own senses. So I think you like in psychology when we say that you experience things, you make sense of it, you perceive it, and then you respond to it. So there's a process that we call in psychology where it's more of cognitive processes. So it's all how the mind and your body perceives the things that are around us. So I think
Yes.
I'm understanding how everything is connected because these are not just practices, but these are well proven. As Akash is giving us a nice scientific understanding towards this, I think this is more. It makes more sense, and also with your practice, it feels that it's something that is interrelated, interconnected to how we function as beings. Do you want to add anything, Hinoki, to this, to what Akash said about the principles? Yes, please go ahead. Yeah, we do not want to miss important points.
So time is changing, and we are more and more in tune to figure out about ourselves and then our health and then all these things.
Yes.
Yes, and so qigong and tai chi. Why is it beautiful? It is because it is to know yourself. You read your own book. Yes.
Right. Right. Okay.
Because first of all we make the same way, and then why we speak of this, okay, our body is the temple, and we have this the practice goes by every alignment with a constellation, and then what it is there of the universe, and then we access to that. Now time of change is upon us, and then there's so much happening, so coming to know to your true self. Yes, who am I, what am I made of? It's very very important. And then really knowing your right hand and the left hand. Oh, I got both. Of course, everything is in pair. So where is the pair of your body? Yes. And we have to acknowledge that there is that realm that is always coexisting. Yes. And that energy balance and then this coordination, everything will be appearing within our physical body because it's together. We
Right.
will not have the what is this chakra points, all these things. It
Yes.
comes with the energy sphere of what you are. So knowing what your body can do and then connecting with each point and then even cells to be speaking to it and then saying that I appreciate you, thank you for working for me.
Yes.
Yes, to sustain all that is. Yes.
Super,
Thank
super,
you.
super. I like how you both are adding your personal elements to help us understand this concept. You know, because I thank you for elaborating that there are a lot of elements that we need to take into consideration when you talk about the Tai Chi as a practice. You know, when when I met you, we talked about techniques, and what's unique about this webinar today, I personally feel, is that we're going to have some amazing demonstrations from you too. You know, so
Sure.
yeah. So let me help you. Let me request you to tell us if there are any specific techniques or forms that beginners should focus on to build a strong foundation in Tai Chi. So what are the
Of
techniques?
course.
So yeah.
So whoever's watching today, you are very, very, very lucky because we're going to share something that is very precious, which is painkiller or painkiller subscription for the rest of your life, like that. Tai Chi and Qigong is very powerful like this. Yes, so we will show you what is called Ma Bu.
Fabulous.
Yes, which means horse stand. Yes, let's
Nice.
go. He will go on the back and then he will
Okay.
show you the mabu. Very, very simple
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
Yes.
So you said it's called Mabu. Can you repeat what it's
Yes, it
like?
is called mabu.
Mabu.
Yes. Horse,
Mabu. Perfect.
horse
Perfect.
stand.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Horse. Perfect.
As
Can I
you,
also request you to Hinoki? Can I request Hinoki you also to be a bit in the picture so
sure.
that as you talk they can also see you and also Akash at the back. Thank you, Akash. Thank you. This is
Okay.
exciting. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Like
Yeah.
that, right?
Okay.
All
Over to
right.
you guys.
You can come just maybe little one. No, no, no. One step forward.
Forward, Akash. Yes. For us
Okay.
to see you clearly. Thank you. Perfect.
So now, what is grounding? There is so much being said. Ground yourself, ground yourself. But nobody's really talking about how it's done because everything like that, not only here, I know grounding, it has to be this way, that way, that way. It's only working at this part and then the energy is stuck right here. So, grounding. Now, attention to the feet. And then the feet will be the one to be gripping to the ground. Yes,
Yes.
that's how you ground yourself. And releasing with the toes opening like that is the energy going down. So, toes are clenched, knees are always bent.
Yes.
Many of you, I'm sure, when you're standing, your knees are locked. That means all the weight and stress and then
Is on the
everything is going
knees.
to knees.
Yes,
This is
perfect.
why
Yes,
people
I
have
agree.
problem with knees. But when you bend like this, it goes down to the heels.
Yes,
So this is a beautiful practice to do to loosen up, let go,
perfect.
and cleanse. Yes. And if he can turn to the side, yes. Now, clenching. Yes. Coming to 45, this means the
Yes,
bottom is relaxed. Now clench of the toes and then to clench of your buttocks and turn your pelvic inward. To clench to lift your upper body straight. Buddha statue straight on
Yeah.
on the horse. This just as much. There's so much health benefit comes with it. It's incredible.
Okay.
Someone who can do this much to just lift your arms up to hold the tree.
Oh yes, Akash is demonstrating that. Good,
Yes.
good. Okay.
Mm.
Oh yes. Okay.
Stay like this and use your anus because who's this partner? The anus partner is right here. We
Right.
use this so much, but what about the other one? It has to go like this. Yes, sometimes so we clench it and then clench together down there also. So that
Yes.
movement is happening to take the earth energy to push it all the way up, passing through, tightening, tightening. Tongue touches to the palate and eyeballs look up to the center of the brain and connecting to the universe energy to come back to the center. That connects the upper body and the lower
Lower
body.
body. Yes.
Simple like this you can do at home most definitely. Slow breathing, of course.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
You know. Thank you. Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
It appears very easy while I look at it, but I'm sure it takes a lot of practice to, reach to that level to what Akash is doing. Because I can
Yes.
understand that standing also to in this position is
Mm.
hard because you need to balance
So
all your
this position,
posture.
if you can recognize what does he look like?
I right now I find him as a very calm, statued person, happy
Eh,
person, opening, happy person, calm, and very focused.
This is the star shape, everyone. There's the 5 point
Yes,
head and the two arms and two legs. This is the star shape
beautiful.
to remind us what we're made of. We already carry this sacred geometrical shape of a star.
Yes, star.
Reminder.
Beautiful.
Yes. And beautiful thing I'd like to share. Breath is very, very important with
Okay.
this practice, but just a little amount that the body really needs because it oxidizes inside the body if you take too much and then not use all of it.
Yes,
That's the
that's it.
cause of the aging. Yes. So, breath in the Katakamana language that
Yeah.
you have spoke of to introduce me, iki is breath.
Okay.
Yes, I means the will of the creator.
Okay.
Ki is the energy. So
Okay.
here we go, everyone. That is what you breathe in, that what you take in. So you want to be fully connected to each breath you take because it
Yeah.
could be a medicine or anything that you ask for. Mm. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Thank you, Akash. Thank you, Noki. So,
My
so when you talk about these important guidelines of the power of breath, I remember you when we met, you talked about how breathing is important. And while you were talking about these postures, you talked about how it also impacts to or affects or helps people heal in terms of health benefits. So I'm sure we're getting questions. We're getting questions by people saying that how is it related to health? What are the health benefits, and how does it impact one's body? Because I'm sure you have had great experiences. So can you help us understand what are the key health benefits or improvements that practitioners can expect from regular Tai Chi practice? So, and also I would love to know, like at the beginning, Akash was sharing about his knee situation. So we would love to know your personal experiences respectively about, and also the audience
Of
about
course.
how is the what are the key health benefits.
So I go first.
Oh, sure, sure.
Conquering asthma. People living in the city and can't breathe, and then chest is clogging, and then yes, there's a way to fix it. Cheap breath,
Okay.
stuffy nose. When you're having
Yes.
a cold, I can't breathe and can't sleep. Cheap breath
Okay.
for you, a solution. And any pains in your body.
Okay.
What can I say? Anything. So let's see, even breaking bones
Okay.
sometimes,
Okay.
bones is the storage of chi.
Okay.
So cultivating the chi, the healing process will be very fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Would you like to share more? I have more stories, but that was my personal one. And
Okay.
there's
Okay.
more, but yes.
So, just like when we do any task in life,
Okay.
we are using, say, one muscle or one bone or
Yes.
one eye. We are using everything, our entire entity as one being and functioning to do any task that we have to do, right? Uh, Similarly, in our existence as a human being, say if we compare ourselves with a musical instrument, because I'm a musician, I can give a
Yes.
good example of that. So say you have a guitar and the guitar has six strings. Even if one string is not in tune and you try to play
Yes.
something, the sound that will come will be disharmonic and not pretty. Correct?
True. Not very subtle and nice. Yes, I agree. Yes.
So similarly, as a human being, we have five strings. We have our body, our mind, our emotion, our energy, and our spirit. Even if one of these five strings, are not in alignment or tune with each other, then we will manifest a disharmonic experience in our life. This is how frequency works basically.
Right. Sorry. Sorry to interrupt, Akash. You said there are five things our body is made up of. You talked about body, mind. What was the third one? C is
Body, mind, emotion,
emotions, energy,
and
and
spirit.
spirit. Perfect. Yeah. Please go ahead. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And now with Tai Chi practice, physically you can heal all your ailments, starting from killing cancer cells to fixing bones, tendons, ligament problems,
Okay.
fixing internal organ problems, any of
Okay.
that, like really chronic issues, blood pressure, blood sugar is like easy. And
Okay.
If you
anything,
dedicate.
yes. But all you need, and the main thing that is required in this practice, as is the physical exchange, equivalent exchange of energy. You put in
Okay.
your effort and energy, and the
Right.
return that you get will be according to that. But the
Right.
return will be there. Yeah. So this is what is happening in your body. Everything in your body will get start coming in alignment, harmony, and will balance out. Your immune system will be increasing. Your stem cells will start generating more. Your neurogenesis will happen more with
Yes.
this
Yes. Yes.
neurogenesis because
Yes.
what happens with people is like over time the neurogenesis regenesis becomes weaker and weaker and stops and when a
Right.
person says मैं ऐसा ही हूँ मैं तो
Yes.
ऐसा ही हूँ, that means the neurogenesis has completely stopped, right? And how do we activate that? When we learn tai chi,
Regenerate.
so kill purposely kill the weaker brain cells and the weaker
Yes.
cells in our body. When we
Right.
eliminate the weaker cells in our body, then we make space for the energy to go to the cells that are actually doing a good job. It's like raising, giving your employees a
Right.
raise that are doing a good job and removing the ones that are useless. Right? And then what happens is new cells are born. And when these new
True.
cells are born, they are evolved.
Right.
You keep
Right.
doing this
Right.
throughout your life, you will never grow old. You will just get stronger and stronger. And one day when it's time to go, you will say bye bye and leave.
happily. Yeah. Akash, it's quite interesting, when I work with children, like, you talked about neurogenesis, is where we use this term called neuroplasticity. It's called a synaptic pruning. So there are ways, there are times when, the unused cells, they just degenerate. And then if you continue to build on that, then they, replicate. So,
Exactly.
so then we prune them. So the ones which are not used very frequently, they just go away, and the ones that are built further, they go. So that is when I work with children. We talk about synaptic pruning, and now I know how it makes sense that, with this practice, you are constantly activating,
Right.
all these elements together. And
Exactly.
then you put, and with practice, you probably know how to govern your body. As Inoki said, your body is your own temple. So you build that further, you know um, on the same lines, when you were talking about these, Akash and Hinoki sensei, you mentioned about, the benefits of Tai Chi and how internally, in terms of rewiring the brain, that is what I understand that you guys are trying to explain us. So, what, we would like to know your personal experiences, of how, why, in terms of Tai Chi, is like, are there any different styles, forms? Because you, Akash, as a person practice, you, Hinoki, you practice as a person. So are there more styles and forms? So what are the primary Tai Chi styles, if I know? And I remember, you discussed, Akash and Inoki, that, they differ in terms of movements, emphasis, and philosophy. So can you explain more of that, about what are the different styles or forms?
So I'll go with the styles and all that. So there are many. There are
Okay.
many, but the one that we practice is the simplified one, but very, very intense because I teach it, which
Okay.
I do not keep the jewel to myself because it's time for the entire humanity to rise together now. So very much fundamental what we spoke about. There's so many again information of Kundalini being so mysterious and then oh my
Yes.
god. Yes, very simple. You have to use your body and then we can show you that. So then you can really feel there's no denying to what you feel. And we have weapons also. We use the weapons. Why?
Okay.
It's we use it to learn how to execute the energy.
Okay.
Yes.
So can you share in terms of weapons, in terms of tools? So what is it that you use? I mean, can you give me an example?
We have sword, we have bow staff, we have fan, we have
Oh,
spears, and yes.
okay, super. So you're saying, Hinoki Sensei, is like these tools help you to release or bring balance. Is that right?
It's an extension of your body, it becomes.
Okay, okay,
So
okay, okay.
how to, because this is again, it's an energy practice.
Yes,
So
yes.
ultimately, you will be sending energy to wherever you want to.
Do
So
this.
it, Reiki is in
Yes.
this practice already.
Oh, okay, okay,
But
okay.
use that more within and outside to the universe like that, right?
Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay,
So
okay.
weapons becomes the physical extension or the object to learn to execute the energy.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Like
okay.
that.
Thank you. Thank
Mhm.
you. Thank you. There could be many forms or many techniques and types. So one of them is where you used with the tools, and the one Akash demonstrated where you are without them, but you just all within yourself with your body. Akash, do you want to add anything more to this question in terms of how they differ in terms of movement?
So, very simply put, like of course there are many forms, many styles, and there is lots of information available out there. But what Sensei is delivering to us as the fundamental knowledge is how to cultivate the energy and how to cleanse yourself. Like we spoke about bioelectricity.
Yes,
So now imagine there is electricity coming from the source to your house, correct?
yes,
when the electricity is coming, it's generating a electromagnetic field around itself,
True, true.
traveling
Yes,
over here. When it reaches, it carries something called as earthing, right? Ground
yes,
earthing.
yes.
So why?
A layer of protection. Yeah.
Right, because the electromagnetic field of this energy is drawing in noise from the environment. And now this
Right.
earthing has nowhere to go because your fridge is using only positive and negative. So when you touch it, it tries to ground through you, correct? And you get a shock, right?
Yes.
So we as a bioelectrical being, we have
Being.
something called as an electromagnetic field around us. This electromagnetic field is also what a lot of people call aura or
Aura. Yes, I agree. Yes.
also.
Yes.
People go, oh, I like that person's vibe. I don't like that person's vibe. Oh, that person
Yes,
has
yes.
a vibe. Like that, like. So that is aura. We
True.
can't see it, but our senses can perceive it. Right?
Feel it. Yes,
We
feel
can
it.
feel
Perceive
it.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
feel is again a very important word because I think is again a mechanical function. I feel is a
Yes, it's a
chemical reaction.
perception. Yes.
So feelings are more precise and accurate rather than what you think.
Correct.
We learn how to cultivate our feelings in a zero magnetic state without any emotion. So we can make proper decisions without
Yes.
which are more accurate. And,
Yeah. Or which are not based on any other, they're not
right.
influenced. Maybe let's put it simpler, you're not influenced, they're on your own and,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly. So practicing
well
this
thought.
form is going to bring in that balance of your body, mind, emotion, everything together, alignment, and then you can use your intention to manifest what you want to create because it's very simple. If I say nice things to you, like Priyanka, you're so beautiful, you're so amazing, you'll feel good, no? But if I say like bad things to you, I get angry at you, you will start feeling bad, right? So
Yes.
now an external situation is arising or feeling, correct?
Yes.
Similarly, an internal feeling can arise a situation,
True.
and that's what is manifestation.
And
Through
that works for the past and the future.
Future. True. Beautiful. Yes. So when Akash talks about decision making and everything, I was a bit wondering about how to connect these dots. But this makes sense. So when you practice this more, you spend a lot of time with yourself, with your own body,
yes,
and then slowly you start connecting more with yourself. When we
correct.
when we term this as journey within. So on the same lines, it is like what you both are saying is like finding your own rhythm. you know so this is a very next important question I wish to ask you on the same lines that we're discussing right now, when Inoki mentioned about how it is important today. So why in general today, in today's time, it has been important for people to find oneness? Why are we discussing this today? And Tai Chi and Dr. Paulus also thought it's important that you talk to leaders, coaches, individuals, people who are watching us today. There've always been a lot of audience that is with us, and they want to know, like, specifically for coaches, leaders, or any individual in that manner. Why do you think that people need to come to oneness? Feel their body, feel themselves, feel their emotions. Why do you think, in simple words, people should practice Tai Chi? As simple as that.
Good.
So, as simply put, like it's very simple. You are living in on this planet, and you are having this experience. It's up to you whether you want to have a good experience or a bad one. For a good experience, you have to put some effort, and
True.
then as a return, you will get that good experience, which is a healthy body, a clean, sharp mind, a balanced emotional place, and a kind heart with compassion and love, and to create enough abundance for yourself and the loved
Yes.
one in your community through manifesting
And
and
your
working
soul.
towards it. And yes, like Sensei says, your breath is the will of the Creator. So that's your passion. Your passion is what drives
Will
you.
drive
And
you. Yes, absolutely.
yes,
Yes, drives you.
And oneness. So Earth is a very, very, very interesting planet, and it's very famous because we have this perfect material for us to experience
Yes,
everything of
absolutely.
that. Yes, but we come with a complete disconnection from the source where we all come from.
Well said.
But if we do not, if we came with such memory, then there is no point for you to be on the earth. Nothing to learn, nothing to work on. So, this is the reason why. And it is time for us to realize where we are coming from and then what is this body and how can I use it to really upgrade
Enhance my living. True.
the time of change and
I like
oneness.
what you said. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oneness. So the Tai Chi and Qigong practice is to become aware of everything of yourself. And you can communicate with everything of yourself with the heart fully opened. Yes? It
Mm.
means a very profound thing. So,
So when we speak about oneness, basically what we are trying to get over here is just like
one for all
All
for
for
one.
one.
Yes, right. And
Yes.
you make sure, take the place of queen and king to protect your temple, right? And command with love, and make sure to send the gratitude and smile and an acknowledgement that they're all there working for you. Then what? One for all for one.
and then what is then you activate with your awareness the 90% that was dormant of your intelligence,
Mm.
which is the intelligence of your cells, the intelligence of your organs, the intelligence of your gut bacteria, all of that and more. You are activating that, going inward, like, and so in meditation, there is a very little misconception with people saying like, oh, you have to quieten the mind and you focus on your
Yes.
breath, quieten the mind. Well, our mind is such that it will never quieten. That is the truth. You try
Beautiful. Thank
to.
you for saying that. Amazing. Thank you for saying that. Please elaborate. Yeah.
So you've heard of that story of the genie that usko, if you don't give it work, it will eat you. You know what I mean? The mind is like that. That's why they say the empty mind is a devil's
Devil's
workshop.
workshop. True. True.
Right?
True.
So how do we use the mind to our advantage during meditation? Through the right visualization. When you use the correct visualization, now you have given your mind a task to help you focus on something that you want to achieve.
Okay. Beautiful.
Pour your energy to the plants that you wanted to grow, right?
Yes.
Select what you want to keep right here. The rest, let them starve. Yes, that's right. You don't give energy.
So you can choose.
That's
You
right.
can absolutely choose,
Yes.
and it's all within your, yeah, within your control.
So, can I speak about something that is a little controversial, if it's allowed?
Oh, please go ahead. Yeah, tell me.
Okay. So, there is a certain sect of people who say, I don't believe in ghosts, I don't believe in spirits, and things like that, right? Which is fine. But belief is again a very tricky word because belief can be based on truth or reality or not, right? Belief can be
True.
also based on something completely absurd and weird, right? However, the feelings are not based on any of those kind of illusions. Those feelings are very real. Like, if you don't feel good about a certain situation, there is no denying. If you don't like Karela, you don't like Karela. Like, there is no
Yeah.
second to it. Like,
Yes.
uh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
You're
I
talking
lost
about the
my train.
spirits and the ghosts. Yeah, you're talking about supernatural things. Yes.
Yes,
Believe. I could believe Priyanka is Japanese. But
Okay.
she'll fight with me that no, my blog, no, I'm made from here, right?
Yeah.
India. Right. So believe. You can believe anything, but the fact of our atoms and in the heart, how the blood runs, and what does the energy do for us as a light being, that does not change. It
Remains
remains
as is.
always the same. And the truth of our existence. So believe or any choice of way of living, which I'm talking about religion, this has no reach to this
Yes.
practice.
It's beyond that. It's beyond
just
the
like
elements of religion in it.
so, just like all
Yeah.
the
Yes,
rivers
Akash.
leading to the ocean, all the rivers, like the religions, are all also leading to the same place, the ocean. And this knowledge is coming from the ocean. So it doesn't belong to any religion or anything. It is the truth. It is standard, basically physics. That doesn't
Yes,
change.
yes, 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 absolutely.
So one more thing that I would like to add to this is like Sensei always mentions, like, if you are already in a physical body, but with the spirit in it. Without the spirit, this body is dead. So we already leading a
You're
spiritual life.
lucky.
We already leading a spiritual life, whether we believe it or not, right? And
Yes,
now, why I
yes.
mentioned about this spirits and ghosts is now your thoughts. There are two polarities, right? There's a positive polarity of thought, there's a negative
And
polarity of
in a
thought.
negative polarity, true. Two ends, yes.
Right. Let's imagine the picture of Bhagavad Gita. I hope everybody has seen the picture of Bhagavad Gita, which is Krishna standing with the
On a
leashes of the
chariot,
horse and
yeah, the
Arjun.
leash is in the chariot, and at the, yes.
Arjun, right. So now Arjun, they are at the war front, and Arjun is like, no, I don't want to kill my cousins. They are my cousins. How do I
Yes,
kill them?
yes.
Krishna is like, you have to kill them, and that's how you will get peace and harmony. Now, this is all very metaphorical to ourselves, right? How is the horses and the chariot? This represents the human mind. The Arjun, he represents the body. Krishna, he represents the spirit.
True.
Now, the spirit has the leash of the horses in its hand, and that leash is of intellect and knowledge. And the two parties at war are Pandavas and Kauravas, the positive emotions and the negative emotions.
Negative
It is
emotions.
the duty of the body and the spirit to steer the mind to the positive polarity of thought and eliminate the negative emotions.
Beautiful. As we are talking about this, I forget that we are in this because I'm trying to understand this so deeply, Akash and Enoki. And while you both are sharing the fundamentals and the levels at which you are practice, I think I may not be able to really get into that, but I understand that you're coming with a very vast experience. And with this, with an example, what Akash said, in terms of aligning all these elements together with in relation to Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavad Gita also. So I want to know from both of you, and I'm sure we have a question that's come up which says that like when you're passionately sharing about these practices, how did you as people, as persons, became interested in Tai Chi? What motivated you to pursue it so seriously and so passionately? Because when you guys are speaking about it, we ourselves feel very, calm, and it's very nice to hear you too. So what made you, get into this or experience this? You can take turns and you can share.
Share why I want to, why I'm so passionate about this practice is because I just want everybody to feel how awesome you feel. Because the way it made me feel and the way it made me feel,
Yes, I
I
can
just
see
want
that.
everybody to feel that way.
So I guess, what was the question again?
It's like
Oh, why?
why,
Why
what
is it
motivated you to pursue it? Seriously.
hard to motivate you? Yes. So you come to know the difference between the state of yourself when you did the practice and when you didn't do the practice. Everyone go through their pace, and then there's a journey to everyone, right? It's all custom made for everybody else, each one of them. So of course we didn't come jumping to become like, hey, we're the masters of Qigong and Tai Chi. No, there's steps to it. So the
Process.
difference of your state of your mind, state of your heart, you come to know that, okay, oh my gosh, I better do it. Right? And if you feel better and better and better, looking better, and everything gets better, then why would you stop? Mm,
Absolutely.
yes, and then this starts opening a lot of things. You become more connected and
Connected. Yes.
intelligent, and the body is more flexible, and you can do so much that you never expected that you could do. So why not? Mhm.
Beautiful. I agree. I agree. Yes, yes, Akash. Yes, Akash. Sorry, I'm
Is
unable to hear you. Yeah. Okay.
the modern man. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, now. Can you repeat? Can you repeat?
Can you hear
Yes.
me? Yeah.
Thank you. Yes,
So
loud and clear. Thank you.
the modern man, the way we modern people live in this modern society, most of our energy is stuck over here. Right?
Yes,
There is too
I
much
agree.
thinking, there's too much imagining, and there's too much talking. Forgetting about all the lower other chakra points that are there. Right? Brings in balance of all the points. And what happens then is most of the knowledge that people tend to think that they can receive is from books.
Yes.
But books will give you only cerebral knowledge, right?
Right.
But when you finish taking enough cerebral knowledge to go beyond that is transcendental knowledge, when all of those things will be connected and you
Connected.
will be accessing to more information than what is there in the books itself. It's like, for example, I'll give you, it's like, say, anybody's profession. They learn things in the books and stuff, but when they actually start practicing it in real
Experiencing.
life
Yes.
is when they
Yes.
reach transcendental knowledge,
True.
right?
True. True. Theory into practice. Yes.
Exactly. People call it experience, but they're they can, like a doctor who has like 10 years of sorry, not 10, say 20, 50 years of experience, he will just know the symptoms and he will touch and he will know what it is, like, in his instinctively he will know what it is. He will
Yes.
see it in his head.
Yes. Yes.
We say, nature know the best, like that.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. I think it's a it's a bigger entity than what we are. I think your practice is what you're trying to say is it helps us to amalgamate ourselves and be a part of the system. you know so I really have to ask you this one important question where you both had a you helped us burst the myth of meditation and how my quieting the mind is very difficult. So what is the role of meditation in Tai Chi, Akash and Inoki? This is one of the last questions that I would want to ask you. Because we talk about mindfulness meditation, even at Matrix, we have our wellness programs run by Dr. Paras. So tell us about how guided meditation and Tai Chi is all connected. And of course, before maybe you answer this question, how is your association with Dr. Paras? Because I thank Dr. Paras also for helping me connect with you too to bring this science to our audience. So tell us as a whole about mindfulness
Tai Chi,
meditation, the role of meditation.
so speaking about Tai Chi, mindfulness and Tai Chi is the manual of using this humanoid avatar to its full potential. And to do that, every practice of Tai Chi requires you to do it in mindfulness with mindfulness because that's how the practice flows. It teaches you
Yes.
mindfulness through the practice.
So, as simple as when you're walking, talking, sitting, doing anything in life, you are going to be mindful about your posture. You're going to be mindful about your breathing and then
Beautiful.
clenching and then lifting your chest to be in a good posture. So then you don't need to think because the intelligence is constantly coming in and doing things already. So all you have to do with this mind is to intend what you like to see in this beautiful world to be like that.
Beautiful.
So this is, we
Powerful.
say you are the meditation and life is a meditation. Meditation means focus. So what we spoke about, clutters in your
Yes.
mind, you can remove all of this natural thing because you're alive. But selecting, yes,
Choosing. Yes. Preparing your
yes.
mind, treating it as a temple, and aligning all those elements together. Thank you. Very interesting, Inoki and Akash. You gave us a first-hand experience of Tai Chi. For me personally, I feel we should. I don't know if Dr. Paras is listening us right now. I think we need a version two of this to really understand more of how you all go take it further. The setup I see at the backdrop. I understand that you are out for a retreat, and you're also guiding thousands of people today to understand this practice. So I really want to
Lovely.
thank you for joining us today. Just quick question: How are you associated with Dr. Paras, and
Right.
how is the experience? And
So me and
the
Dr.
life.
Paras came a very long way. To tell you a little funny story, I was working in a studio, in a music recording studio, where Dr. Paris happened to come for the very first time. We never knew each other, also he just happened to come, and I needed a person to sing me a tune in the studio for a ad jingle that we are doing, and I was
Okay.
like, "You're here, okay? Please can you come here?" And he was such a gentle soul. He's like, "Yeah, yeah," like 40 went in, that was how we met actually. Since
Oh,
then, we
that's
have done
amazing. Very
multiple.
less people know about it. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Akash. I'm going to surely, we're going to talk more about this when I meet him next. So I understand, Matrix is a platform. We also knowing Dr. Paras and building this platform. I know that he's very much committed, to connecting people, bringing great ideas on the table. Thank you, Akash and Hinoki, for this wonderful session. For me, it was very insightful. Okay, and I really had a lot of questions, which of course I asked you. I learned a lot about how do you help yourself and perfect your body as a person and also as a mind. I understand that Tai Chi is a practice; it's an age-old traditional practice to align yourself with the systems that are around us. I liked Akash how you talked about the five elements that you help us to bring ourselves into a system. Hinoki, I loved how you explained body being a temple, and how we all are so disconnected these days, and how these practices can help us become more calmer, more connected, more aligned, and probably bring more abundance and achieve to whatever we wish to. Thank you to both of you. I feel that these practices come with a great magnanimity. They're huge, and the science behind, as Akash was explaining us with the elements of scientific base for it, because I know there are many who would want to know about it. So I've always loved how you both are very passionate about it, and I'm sure many of our audience would like to connect with you to know more about it, or attend your workshops, and attend, so you can help us with your details. We can share it with the audience. Okay, so once again, thank you for joining with me today. A pleasure, truly a pleasure knowing you too, and I can feel the energy, of course. And thank you very much. Is there something that you would want to share? The last closing points, Hinoki and Akash? I'm sure it was
I
a great
say
discussion.
Say gambare to everyone. Please live it up. All right. Want what you want, but with a good intention. And live nicely, happy.
It's
Hmm.
fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can say, I learn arigato. Is it arigato? Arigato.
Don't discuss it.
Thank you. Akash,
Thank you for having us.
Akash, any closing points if you want to share?
Closing.
Akash, do you want to share any closing points? Yes.
Uh, or should we chant for it?
Would you
So,
like?
would you guys like a tiny little meditation? That would be my closing point.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Would appreciate it. Yeah. Please, please. Yes, please. Our audience would love it. Our audience would love it. Please, yes.
So, what I will chant is this language coming from this Katakamna, 13
Okay.
to 17,000 years ago. And we are going back to that intelligent time of peace and harmony. Yes? So, we have a lot of work to establish and regenerate. Yes?
Yes.
So, this it's a climatic chanting which takes you to the moon and connect properly up and down, ascending, descending, ascending, descending. It's a basic place. Okay.
Okay.
So, first, let's just align ourselves and sit properly. Make sure you're under your butt, there is a bone. If you just push your butt cheeks aside a little bit, you can feel that the bone is touching the seat.
Yes. Yes.
Very
Yes.
nice. Now, now keep your stomach in and chest up and shoulder up. Now, and tuck your chin in a bit and feel that the center of your head and your anus is in a straight line. That brings all the chakra points in alignment. Now, make your eyes half closed and look at your nose, tip of your nose, or you can even try looking at the center of your brain, your choice. Now, to breathe, you start with exhalation from your nose and also from the nose, mouth is key. Begin with listening to the sound of your breath. Pay attention to how the stomach moves as you inhale and exhale. Pay attention to how the chest rises, goes down as you exhale, empty yourself. Inhaling, feel the breath taking the energy to the center of your brain. Bring the energy and the consciousness back down. Now bring your focus to your anus and sprout roots. Begin to sprout roots using the power of your mind. Feel that these roots are traveling deeper and deeper, connecting to the center of the earth, grounding you, draining all unrequired energy, negative emotions, draining and leaving your temple only to be recycled and returning back from the earth as fresh, replenished energy. With your inhalation, feel this energy fill your entire body. And as the breath reaches to your brain, connect to the center of the universe and draw that energy down to your center.
愛してる、ついてる、嬉しい、楽しい、感謝して、幸せ、ありがとう、許し、
Returning back to the temple of your consciousness, take a deep breath and exhale with smile and gratitude. Returning back at 5, 3, 2, welcome back. Open your eyes, bring your palms in namaste. Love it. Palms to the eyes. Inhale and exhale with a smile and gratitude. Two more times. Palms to the eyes. Inhale. Exhale with smile and gratitude in heart. One last time. And exhale with a smile and gratitude in heart. Welcome back.
Are you want to experience that quietness? That is what I feel. I want to continue this further. Um, thank you for this experience, and it has actually been a long time for me also that I have experienced this state. Because we're so busy with the everyday thing. I love to dance. I do dance to experience, to express. But I think this is much needed. It's very important. Thank you for giving me this experience. I'm not sure how many of them have genuinely did this as we did this along together. But I'm sure, after listening to our webinar, I'm sure that, people will at least take one chance, an opportunity to, be with their own selves. Thank you, Akash and Hinoki. Thank you very much. For me, it was a bit of overwhelming
Thank
experience for me because it overflows. It is an overwhelming experience. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I think thank you. I know you have to go. So for everyone who's being with me, you have to stay because I have the closing password for you for those who have been with us. In case you've registered for the free ICFCC certificate webinar, the closing password is on your screen. Um, and we have some amazing news for all of you. The upcoming ICF Coach Certification Program Level 1 and 2 is happening on 24th June 2024, 7:30 to 9:30. And the Mindfulness Practitioner Certification, ICF Certification Batch Program of 15 hours. Okay, it starts from 28th June. You'll find a lot of our details about ICF Global Certification Coach Certification programs on www.matrix.in, and you can connect on the contact number that has been shared before on the screen also, and also a lot of it on the website. Dr. Paras and his team will connect with you in case you want to pursue the coaching certification programs. It was a great experience for me as a person with this webinar. I'm sure for many of you also. If there has been some connectivity issue, pardon me for it. We'll ensure that this program continues. I like to thank Dr. Paris for this opportunity for me to connect with a lot of guests, and I realize that it's been a year that we are running this platform successfully. It's a moment of gratitude for me also, for giving me this opportunity to, as a coach connecting officer, we've met amazing guests right from how to, become an ICF certified coach to practicing Tai Chi, which defines the versatility of this platform. Thank you everyone for joining us today. And also again to Hinoki and Akash because they joined us from a very remote place. I don't know where in which part of India, but they joined us from a remote place. They helped us through understand this process. We will be back again very soon next month with amazing topic again. Thank you for joining me. Namaste, and again, as you know, helped us arigato. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everybody.
you.
Thank you, Akash. Thank you, Inoki.
Thank you, Priyanka.